Hey Denchbags, what's going on? It's Landon Remixes here, and welcome to my second track review ever. This is going to be of the new single from Porter Robinson and Madeon. This one is called Shelter. I'm just going to be real with you guys for 1 second. I think this song is a disappointment, and I think most of you do too, and if you don't, then I'm guessing you're in denial about it. This is actually Porter Robinson's only release following his absolutely incredible Worlds album, which I've hyped up God knows how many times on my channel. Unless you want to include his remix of Nero's The Thrill, which was absolutely bonkers, I'd probably include that if it were me. Especially in Porter's discography, that one was arguably one of his best. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is Madeon's only release following his debut album Adventure, which came out very early last year. I'm pretty sure it made my top 10 albums of 2015 as well, and of course Porter Robinson's Worlds topped my list for my favorite albums of 2014. So of course when these artists, both of whom I admire quite a bit, and are widely considered two of the best artists in the EDM scene right now, my hopes were very high for this song. Sadly, I don't think this one came even close to meeting expectations. In fact, I can barely even hear Porter Robinson's influence on this one other than the fact that there's a little bit of indie dance-ness in it, but of course we got a lot of that on Madeon's last album too. In fact, I kind of think this track sounds like a bit of a throwaway from Madeon's Adventure album. And I don't mean to be a jerk about it at all, because I am still very much a huge fan of both of these artists. But I think in Shelter, especially in terms of the drop that comes throughout, it probably ranks among the worst tracks that featured on Madeon's Adventure album, and in my opinion doesn't even come close to probably a single track on Worlds. Madeon definitely takes the lead in this one. You can hear a lot of new disco influence in this. I can kind of picture Madeon at his live show with his little launch pad just playing the different vocal chops in each part of this one, and I really can't see Porter's influence all that well in this one, other than a little bit of the production throughout some of the later parts of the verses on this one. In terms of that though too, it's not like they really took a 50-50 split with this one, because Madeon does his own vocals on this one, actually very similar to the closing track Home on his Adventure album with his vocal line on this thing, which, although it's one of my favorite parts of the track, I don't really feel like this one stands out too much from his other vocal appearances that he did on that album. Right now I'm going to go ahead and get my hopes up and say that Porter Robinson and Madeon are hopefully doing an EP or some kind of album together that'll follow this one, and this is just some kind of lead single that has heavy EDM appeal to kind of bring back that audience that they may have lost with the release of their albums. But if I'm going to be a realist, I'd say this track is a one and done kind of thing. They've already set up an entire tour based off the song. I'm guessing that song was kind of built to hype up that tour. They're going to go on tour together. It's probably going to be a really sweet tour because, as I've heard, both of their live shows are absolutely insane. I've seen Porter Robinson live, and he's pretty crazy himself, so joining with Madeon, I'm sure it's going to make an awesome tour. But the song itself is quite a bit of a letdown, especially for fans of both Porter Robinson and Madeon. Like myself, I think they could have done a lot more, and this one, honestly, was probably a little bit rushed. My inner fanboy has just been absolutely crushed. I'm sorry. I am going to keep up hopes, though, that this song isn't going to be just a one-time thing, because with all the time that they're going to spend together with this Shelter tour, I feel like they'll have a lot of time to work a more creative process in and be able to make some really awesome tunes together, especially just watching through each other's live shows. But for now, this track is all we've got, and I honestly just don't think it's super impressive. As usual, I have the stream linked in the description so you guys can listen to this song if you haven't yet, but I'm assuming that if you are watching this video, you have listened to the song and you have enough incentive to look up reviews of the song. I'm sorry if you don't agree, it's just my opinion, and it's just how it is. But if you have some clarifying thoughts about this song, make sure to let me know what you think down in the comments section below. As usual, I'm Landon Remixes. I hope you guys enjoyed my second track review, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.